Steve Weiland, an enterprise architect with a focus on bringing people, processes, and technologies together. Hi, I'm Steve Weiland, a self-proclaimed guru of IT stuff. Today, I want to talk to you about my opinion on confusing or misleading IT stuff. Specifically, enterprise architect versus IT architect. Let's briefly examine what, in my humble opinion, an enterprise architect is and does. To do that, we have to first consider what enterprise architecture really is. The word enterprise can be defined as any organization, such as a company, a charity, a governmental department, or an agency. The word architecture can be used as both a noun and a verb. As a noun, it can be defined as the complex or carefully designed structure of something. It can also be defined as a noun that describes the structure or components and behavior or processes of a system. And as a verb, it's the activity required to produce such a description. So the term enterprise architecture can then also be used as both a noun and a verb. As a noun, it is the documentation describing the structure and behavior of an enterprise, including its information systems. And as a verb, it is a process for describing an enterprise, then planning and governing changes to improve the integrity and flexibility of that enterprise. And what is the focus of enterprise architecture? Old school enterprise architecture focuses primarily on IT. Very little attention is given to what happens on the business side of things. Now, modern enterprise architecture must be a collaborative endeavor involving all manner of SMEs from across the business and IT, facilitated by an enterprise architect. You see, enterprise architecture is about IT, but from the business perspective. Which brings us to what an enterprise architect is and is not. An enterprise architect is more of a facilitator rather than an expert across the enterprise. An enterprise architect is not an expert infrastructure, business, security, data, application, solution, network, or whatever architect, but should be a little bit of all of them. So ask yourself, do I want an IT repository administrator or a strategic partner for executives? So if, during the interview, you ask your candidate how many years of experience do you have with Java, AWS, MuleSoft, Jenkins, .NET, or a myriad of other fine technologies, then you are probably looking for a solutions architect or an IT architect, but not an enterprise architect. In a nutshell, enterprise architecture is about IT, but from the business perspective. And IT architecture is also about IT, but from the IT perspective. They are quite different. So if you want someone to focus on IT from the IT perspective, such as a data, security, infrastructure, applications, or whatever architect, then call them that. And if they are to focus on multiple systems or domains, then call them an IT architect. But for heaven's sakes, please stop calling them enterprise architects. And that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Thank you so very much for watching. Is there some confusing or misleading IT stuff for which you would like to see me express an opinion? Do you have an opinion about some confusing or misleading IT stuff that you would like to see me turn into a video? Please send your suggestions to steve@it-stuff.guru or post them in the comments below. Thanks again. Steve Weiland, an enterprise architect with a focus on bringing people, processes, and technologies together.